But today I'm going to show you everything in my house and on the property that I found in the garbage. Found in the street of New York City. This was found in the streets of New York. All the chairs at this table were found in New York City and the streets. This mantle was from the streets of New York City. It was off the streets of New York. Right off the streets of New York City, from the streets of New York, off the street. It was in the streets of New York. But just like this, right on the street, this mirror from the streets of New York. It's on the streets of New York. On the streets of New York. It was on the streets of New York. The cedar chest was from the streets of New York. It was on the streets of New York. This giant chunk of wood I found in the Lower East Side. This mirror I found in the garbage in New York. This mirror I found in the garbage in New York. I found in the streets of New York. I found in New York, just sitting on the streets of New York. I found this in the garbage in New York City. I found on the streets of Brooklyn. On the street in New York City. I found in the street. This mirror I found in the street. Glass I found in the street. Found this in the New York City trash. Found in the New York City street. Sitting on the streets of New York. It's from the streets of New York. This is from the garbage in New York. From the garbage in New York. Found them in the streets of New York. I found in the streets of New York, but found in the streets of New York. Found in the streets of New York. I all found them in the streets of New York. This was found in the street. Found in the street. Right on Clinton Street, on the street. It was found in the streets of New York. I found in New York City, in Soho, New York. Found on the streets of New York. Painting I found on the streets of New York. That I found in the street. It's from the streets of New York. Found this in the street. I found in the city, from the city streets. So that's all the collection of stuff I found on the street. There's a lot of stuff in the streets of New York.